Okay, hello and welcome to Nine Kings. We're back playing this again, and we're playing with the King of Blood today. And we're going to play on Baron difficulty, and because I've got a few perks, we're starting off with these demon altars, which I think are fantastic. So I'm quite excited to play this. Let's see how far we can get. Baron difficulty is the highest I've played so far. So yeah, looking forward to this. Right, okay, we definitely want some imps, so let's play this. And I'm trying to remind myself, with the King of Blood we can summon these additional bonus imps and they go off and cause some damage. Okay, we definitely want to farm. Farms are really good. In fact, that's a brilliant bonus to get for our first building in the centre. Okay, so let's summon these imps at the back. There we go, that's the second year. It's quite fast paced at the beginning. I think I'm going to upgrade another pagoda upgrade. Feels like the right thing to do. So let's do that. Let's get some. Does that add to the imps I've got, or does it just strengthen them? I think it strengthens them from the looks of things. Right. This is all. It's a bit perfunctory at the beginning. I do really like the bomber. We had a really good time with the bombers last time, and bombers have their attack range doubled. That is good. That is very good. We had a really great run last time, just with bombers going absolutely bananas at people. So let's do more of that. That feels like the right thing to do. I think I want some more soldiers. In general, I want more melee troops. I'm going to level this up first. That feels a bit more urgent. There's my bombers going off. Fairly straightforward at this level of the game. 2 attack speed to adjacent troops and constructions. I'm not so sure that's terribly useful. That's kind of alright. That's kind of a bit different for the King of Blood. But yeah, that's a little bit tempting. There we go. Blessing in 9 years. Cards of the target plots will level up. Okay. It always does that. It's always the ones that you don't have. Unit explodes when killed, dealing 10% HP as area damage. Okay. Well balanced melee troops. Let's put those in. So you do kind of want your melee troops to die. Bombers are quite good because they're sort of guaranteed to die. The reason you want them to die is because that's the thing that levels up your demon altars. I've got the archers there because I think we need some ranged units as well. I think I prefer those over the thieves. The thieves are kind of helpful. I think they will be useful. There's some kind of backline troops that I think can be quite difficult. Right. Destroy target plot. Don't need to do that if an adjacent unit dies in battle. I think I'm going to wage war against another king. So you get this periodically. If you don't know this, I'm going to go with the King of Progress. We had problems with the King of Stone because he had lots of reflectors last time, and that caused us some problems. Right, let's upgrade our imps so that they do some area damage. And each time I'm just summoning these imps to the back line. And that's maybe a reason why I don't really need those thieves so much, because I've got imps basically doing that already. So might not need that at all. That's quite useful with that is quite useful with the demon temples. So I think I will go with that. Let's go with that. Main problem is I don't really have much space to put these in. I could... That's probably the most useful card to play right now. That gives that's the extra bonus damage when it dies. There we go. That was pretty effective, wasn't it? Okay. Right. I think I'm going to take the bonuses again. This is quite a good one because I don't really have a lot of... I don't have any... Well, I've got one spare tile, but I'd prefer to use that for a building that levels up troops. I think I'm going to stack that on top of my bombers, and I think that's always helpful just to keep your troops alive. Right, I've run out of cash. So I want this on my bombers, I want this steel coat on these guys, and I want them to be even more explodey than they are already. This is us against the King of Progress. It's year 10. You can see we're getting good stats boosts. We will need to... I think having those right from the start means when we get onto the later levels, they should be really powerful, which should be really good. I do kind of like that idea. That sounds quite useful. But I've got lots of units without necessarily having the sort of build that I want. I think this is probably the best for this spot. So converted turns enemy troops into rats. Quite helpful if your enemy's got powerful troops. Okay. I would quite like to have a few more plots. Oh, they've managed to beat all my troops there. That's quite interesting. Including my favourites. Right, let's go with that. That's a useful bonus. Okay, now this is tricky. I think I want. The question is, which troop do I want to boost? Do I want imps or these bombers? Because we had a really good run with the bombers last time. Let's go with this one. I'm going to use this troop bonus. Part of the reason for favouring the imps, of course, is that we get this 0.5% stats boost every single time we kill a troop. Okay, so we've lost. So we've got our archers. Yeah, it was our archers and our sort of summoned imps, as it were. This is probably quite useful here, so let's do that, because then we get some. Then we're going to get some bonus imps. That means every single one of them that's dying is boosting these demons over time. Now we do need to kind of level up these plots. Right, speaking of which, this is the level up that we wanted. Right, doubles the maximum quantity of pagodas summoned imps. That's quite useful. That's probably the most useful. This one's about poison, which you don't have any poison effects, and this is 9 free rerolls, which I don't really rate. So that's quite nice. We've got extra imps, and I'm going to use this one because I think our troops are still kind of the mainstay, and there's this sort of meta effect, I guess, of sort of overarching effect of lots of troops dying, which is helpful to boosting the demons who become really powerful later on. By the way, I switched there's an option to switch off the numbers, which is they're not too disruptive here, but I think later on in the game they can be, especially when you go past the first boss. The numbers can be a bit overwhelming, frankly. You can't really see what's going on. Okay, I don't want any of these. Let's get this one. I've got the 2 thieves now. Yeah, I certainly don't need any of these. I can't play them. Really what I need is more slots. Looks like, I mean, you get a couple of slots as you go along. It feels like about one every 10 years. Those extra imps, look at that. And the graveyard's kind of helpful as well. Right, because that's bringing back these imps to life as they die. Right, so that's only get 2, so let's boost that up. Okay, so that'll give us a lot more soldiers over time. Which feels like the right way to go. It takes a little bit of time to summon all these imps. There we go. 48 now that I can summon every single turn, which is quite useful. Okay, so the only one I can actually use is this one, which is spend 30 gold to increase every stat of a troop or tower by 15%. And I guess, given that this is doing the most damage, I should probably invest there. Go, summoning all these imps. We're at 50 now. Okay, excellent. So I think I'm going to go with this one. Actually is the most useful because I can play that on top of this converter and get that even stronger. And here we go, year 18, so we're getting there. So year 33 we have our first boss battle, and then we sort of go into the endless mode. Steel coat feels most useful at this point. Okay, that's helpful. So I think I'm going to build here. I'm going to put my lab rats down. So we will get a bit of a bonus from that, although it would be quite nice to have a farm and sort of grow those lab rats, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm just going nuts. Destroy type plots receive 30 gold for each level. No, I don't really need any of these. No, not really working for me. Get this one, it doesn't really help at all, so let's get rid of that. I don't think I've had the best, I feel like I haven't had the best of luck with cards this game. Okay, wow, okay, so King of Progress is heading forward. He did manage to defeat all my normal troops. It was only my imps that saved the day. might just level up the lab rats. I'm assuming I can do that. Doubles the stats of all active demons altars. Yes. 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 Okay, so I've leveled up those. Excellent. Right. Might be getting, you know, this is a harder difficulty than I've played before, so... Oh. Blood Rebellion, that is... pretty brutal. Our archers are still going, our demons seem a bit stronger, that's good. So we can level up our troops, so we should probably do that. We could level up this cemetery. That might be the thing to do. Okay. So... let's see. You can see all those imps in the middle, that's the cemetery. They're all being reincarnated as imps. We're down to 30 odd troops there against their 70, but we've got a lot of imps that aren't sort of counted in that total. So it looks like we're doing okay, although they destroyed all our normal troops. So it's just our sort of pagoda imps, as it were, who were creating the challenge. Okay, so we've got a choice here, and we can choose one of these cards that destroys the plots. We've got a unit bonus, the first hit is always critical, or we've got these executioner troops who are quite useful at picking off weak enemies, but I haven't really got anywhere to put them, so I think I'm going to go with the unit bonus for now. Our diplomats can now make peace with the enemy king, so I think the King of Progress came closest last time to defeating us, so that seems like a sensible thing to do. Right, unit's first hit is always critical, so I think that probably makes sense. Either the bombers or well, the bombers make sense because they've got an area attack, right? That makes sense. Does it not? Okay. Let's see, we're launching these imps at the back row. We've got a lot of archers. There we go. And our soldiers are coming forward. That was fairly straightforward. We don't have a blacksmith. We do have soldiers, don't we? So we could upgrade them. And there we go. Blood Rebellion. That was fairly straightforward. I'm not sure I even deployed all of our imps there, so that's something. Right, I think I'll upgrade the bombers. I think I might upgrade the bombers twice. And the archers. And the soldiers. Oh, run out of money. Right. Let's see. So, archers, upgrade those. Those are now fully upgraded. Let's upgrade the bombers twice. There we go. So we've got fully upgraded bombers. That was quite important merchant intervention there. We're still doling out some imps at the back here, but we're looking pretty good. I just wish I could upgrade these demon temples. That would be really good, wouldn't it? And speaking of which, let's do that. We'll do that one because that gets a bonus for being leveled up. Okay, here we go. Seem to be doing okay here. We haven't got masses of troops compared to the enemy, but we do have, with the demons, we have some extra troops, and then of course we've got the imps as well. Right, I don't really want any of these. Let's choose the thieves. Okay, I might change my mind here. Let's see, so this is the obvious one to go for. I'm actually wondering if this would make more sense, because if you look at the distribution of damage here, Yes, there's a benefit in having an extra troop here, but if I could get an extra bonus on these bombers, that would be quite valuable. Let's see. Let's do that one. Steel coat. And really what I'm going for is either a farm, I think farms are really helpful, or a blacksmith. Something that would maximise the damage of those bombers. I think they are quite effective. I think they're only really countered by the shield units that the King of Stone has. Right, let's put the steel coat on again. You can see, look at that, if you look at the damage distribution there, 18,000 was from the bombers, and that's what we saw last time, that can be really, really powerful. Okay, so we're up against the King of Greed. It's year 28. The first boss appears in year 33. So at this stage, this feels doable. Although the boss is quite a step up. I don't really want any of these. I don't really want these either. Let's take that though. Right, Royal Decree, these can be quite useful. Double the stats of all active demon altars is just... I like that one, that's useful, but given in terms of the long term, this is really good. Right, Midas Touch. When this troop kills, there's a 2% chance to receive 1 gold. Well, these guys are doing all the killing at the moment, so it follows that we should put that on them. Let's see if we can make some money out of these bombers. There we go, we are, look, we just earned some cash. Okay, plenty of stats boost as well for our demon altars. Those demons are getting quite fat and juicy. Right, this is what I want for this plot, so I can boost the number of bombers. Getting very powerful. Okay, that was year 30. That was super quick, wasn't that? I think we've already leveled up our bombers to the max, so I'm going to go with this one. Get Carnage. It would definitely be good to have to boost our demon altars. I quite like the idea of doing that. This is a building that doesn't do anything, but it sort of does help. If you get it all the way upgraded, then it levels up all your plots. Raising destroys target plot forever, automatically triggers a Royal Council event. Okay, so you're basically trading a plot for an extra bonus. I'm gonna leave it because I'd like to save my money for post the boss. I would like to save it so that I can get more plots, basically. Right. Unit explodes when killed, dealing 10% HP as area damage. What's the HP? What's got the most HP? I don't think we can put it on a building, can we? No. So let's put this on this. Okay. We're only 2 years away from the big boss battle. We've definitely got less sort of conventional troops than our opponents at this point. So King of Nothing had about 256 and we had a 184. Although I don't think that figure counts our demons at all. Right, let's steel coat our soldiers. Let's try and protect those. Year 32, so this is 1 year before the boss battle. So it takes a while to summon these imps, but it didn't matter there because we were just too strong for them. Okay, another demon's altar. King of Greed is leading his final assault. We must play all of our cards. Well, I've only got one to play, which is that, leveling up that demon altar. That's worth something. And I'm afraid these two go down. Just drown these thieves in the well. Right, oh, I've not seen the King of Greed's boss before. Champion of Greed. Here we go. Right, we're going through the troops very quickly. And that was fantastic, wasn't it? Right, so straight through on Baron difficulty. I will say again, I've tried to look this up and I've not worked out exactly how many difficulty levels there are, but this is the highest that I've done. We've gone straight through, and that's been fairly straightforward. I'm going to take a break now. I'll carry on the next part in another video, so please do come back and join us and see how far we can go with this King of Blood run, and see what we can do. All right, thanks very much.